Hey guys, this is Wolfie, and today we are going to talk about a few things in the NFL. And then after that, we are going to go ahead and check out some 49ers interviews from Kyle Shanahan and from Brandon Ayuk as well. And then we'll check in on Hufanga because apparently he's back. I don't know what that was, but it is what it is. Hufanga is back, and that's exciting to hear. Our defense, the safety situation, no offense to George Odom, but he is not the answer. So glad that he's back. Hopefully Hufanga is the same, and also Hufanga is a full participant in practice. We'll do a little bit of digger deep dive on Hufanga in a minute. However, let's go ahead and talk about the things around the NFL first, and then we'll just go ahead and jump into the locker room stuff with Brandon Ayuk. I have not watched the Brandon Ayuk interview yet, so everything you see, if you haven't seen it yet, will be fresh to me as well. And I kind of wanted to keep it that way. Same thing with Kyle Shanahan's press conference as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump right into the NFL stuff that I personally want to talk about, and that is Justin Tucker might very well be washed. Let me show you. And it really depends upon what you personally qualify as washed. What I qualify as washed is, can you make 50-yard field goals? Because I feel like if you need to be a clutch kicker, especially how much Justin Tucker is being paid, he kind of needs to up his game a bit, because considering he's missing a lot of 50-yarders, and no offense, yes, he is clutch, but he has missed, I think he's missed a game winner last year. And it's going to cost him some point this year as well with the Ravens. So, yeah, Justin Tucker, man. Milwaukee, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Justin Tucker, he's washed. Let's go ahead and take a look at his stats, and I'll show you guys. I think he's done. As he can make, 40-yarders and stuff, but his weakness right now is 50-yarders. It's like ever since that year that he scored his the 66-yarder or whatever it was, that took all this power. His soul went with that kick, man. I think Brandon Ayuk, I hate to say this, I really do hate to say this, the two best kickers right now is no longer Justin Tucker. He's not in that top list. And I hate to say this because it's a rival I absolutely despise with the passion, and that is the Cowboys. Brandon Aubrey, I believe his name is. Dude is a stud kicker, man. They got a elite kicker in Brandon Aubrey. And then after Brandon Aubrey, I do like the kicker for the Steelers. So two of the teams I hate the most have the best kickers in the league right now with Chris Boswell and Brandon Aubrey. You could sort of give hope to the kicker for the Commanders who just got signed. He scored 7 straight field goals. I understand that none of them were 50-yarders. I get that. But he was an absolute stud. If you're making 7 field goals and you just got signed, you got to give him some love. So Fairbarn, didn't he just win Offensive Player of the Year? He won Offensive Player of the Week. So that's a good shout out too. That's a good shout out. He won Offensive Player of the Week. No, that was never mind. That was the Commanders kicker. I think he won it last week. I think he won last week. Let me double check. Allow me to double check. Fairbarn. Baron, I guess it's his real name, but I like to call it Fairbarn ever since one person gave me shit for calling it Fairbarn. So I was like, well, fine, man. I'm just going to offensive special teamer of the week. I could have sworn he won. He's a gifted kicker, according to ESPN. He made a 59-yarder, a 56, 53, and 47-yarder 2 days ago. So, stud. Kiami Fairbarn. Absolute stud. He signed a 3-year contract worth $15.9 million. So, essentially a $16 million contract. He's good, man. He's good. He's made a 59, 56, 53, and 47-yarder. You got to give the guy some love for sure. Good call out, Milwaukee. That was a good look. And Harrison. You mean Harrison Butker? He misses field goals. He misses field goals, but he's really not that bad. I don't like him personally, but he misses field goals. All right. So let's go ahead and look at Justin Tucker's stats, and I'll pop them up there. Cards kicker is good, but he's old as heck. Who's the kicker for the Cardinals? Cardinals kicker? Matthew Prater. Yeah, he's like the backup kicker of he's like the Fitzpatrick of not punters, but kickers. Just traveling from team to team to team to team to team. So I'm pretty sure he's been in plenty of teams. I'm pretty sure. Cardinals kicker, all teams. Let's see how many teams he's been on. Matt Prater teams. Jeez. All right, so he's played for the Buffalo Bills, the Rams, the Broncos, Seahawks, Chiefs, and 49ers. He's been on the 49ers? Really? All right. Well, okay, so it says career history according to the Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia, so don't try and take this too much for gospel here, okay, people? All right, let's not okay, they say it's Detroit, Miami Dolphins, Falcons, Dolphins, Broncos, Lions, and Cardinals that he's played for. So he's a journeyman. He is a journeyman. He did so like in 2007, 2014, he stayed with the Broncos. So I think he just missed the Super Bowl window. It just depends upon what they mean by 2014. Detroit Lions 2014 to 2020, and then from 2021 to now, Matthew Prater. So yeah, he's pretty old too. Bro is old, dude. You're not wrong, Milwaukee. You're not wrong. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the kicker for Baltimore, Justin Tucker. All right, he is 2-0 when kicking 50 yards or more. Now, you'd think, be like, oh, is he washed just this year? Nah, dude. He was, on 5 attempts, only made 1 from 50 yards out. I think this dude, we just now are keeping our eyes on him. He was so much of a GOAT from the previous years that in 2023, I kind of noticed it, but it wasn't like something I looked into. I was like, everyone has like a bad year and stuff, but it sounds to me it's transferring over. Well, it looks to me as well. I understand it's 2 games, but 2-0, you're almost halfway there of missing all your field goals. That's kind of crazy, actually. Right now, what's his name? Justin Tucker is on pace to kick 17 50-yard field goals. That's crazy. Don't do this for views. Do it for fun. And that's what I'm doing, man. I don't do it for views. I don't do it for views. That's what I'm doing. Do anything for views, man, then it's all like robotic and it's not something you enjoy and it's not something you will have fun doing. Like, this is something I love to do. So, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And that's exactly what I'm doing, brother. That's exactly what I'm doing. Papa J in the house. Welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. We're just talking shit about Justin Tucker. So Justin Tucker is 5 for 1 in 2023, and he's 2-0 now. So, I mean, at least he's making the 49 and under kicks, but however, he doesn't got his magic. His magic's gone. He doesn't have it. I think he's done. I think the top dogs now are what Milwaukee said, Fairbarn, and then who else was it? Brandon Aubrey, top kicker. Chris Boswell's top kicker. Hopefully, Jake Moody can get into that stage. I understand it's just second year, but I think Aubrey was a rookie coming into as well, and he was an absolute stud, and he's looking really good. But I believe in Jake Moody. I think he's proven himself these past 2 games pretty well. He didn't do very well in the preseason and then training camp as well. He missed few 50-yarders. I know a couple content creators that gave him shit for that, and I don't blame him. I mean, you need to make those, but it's good to know that it's not carrying over, and he's actually making the field goals we need him to make. It's kind of comes back to when we were playing the Vikings, I think we should have gone for a field goal instead of going for it. I think there's a lot of blunders in the beginning, like trying to be aggressive for no reason. I think a team like the Vikings didn't need to be aggressive like that. So, and I do think, and then of course the Achilles heel putting 2 safeties on Justin Jefferson. I will never. I feel like that's going to seep in my brain for eternity. I think forever I'm going to think about 2 safeties on Justin Jefferson for a 97-yard touchdown. I'm never not going to think about that, like ever, dude. But yes, so that's how I feel about Justin Tucker. I think he's done. I think he's gone. He's probably, if he keeps missing more field goals, and if it comes down to it, like he misses multiple, like, dude, what do the Baltimore Ravens do? You know what I mean? They love Justin Tucker. Like he is a legend in Baltimore. Jesus. That's a sad day. I bet you a lot of Raven fans are going to be really sad the day they have to cut him, because it seems like he's on his way to being out the door. I mean, the point of the kicker is you got to make those 50-yarders, man, especially for Justin Tucker. Maybe it's because we're used to seeing a clutchness from Justin Tucker, but these past 2 years, man, has not shown a trend upwards with him. And I like Justin Tucker. I think he's a good dude. He's an opera man, philanthropist. He's constantly does good things for charity. He's clever. He's witty. I've watched interviews with him. He's a good guy. It's sad to see this, but everyone has their time. Everyone has their day. And I think it's just Tucker's time. And I think a lot of Baltimore fans are going to be sad. Honestly, I think a lot of NFL fans in general are going to be sad to see him go. He brought me a lot of memories, bad memories, I tell you that much. But, the 66-yarder, I know that just happened the back end of his career, but he's had a lot of other clutch situations that you can remember. And, he's a great kicker, and he's definitely going down in the Hall of Fame, I think. But if he continues to play like he's playing now, he might jeopardize that. Let's be real. So, yeah. So that's how I feel about Justin Tucker. Let's go ahead and move over to the Saints and talk about the Saints real quick and give them some love. All right. So the Saints, there was something believe it or not, a Cowboys fan said that I totally agree with. And it wasn't because I totally think that the Cowboys should get shit for that loss, for all like what they're supposed to be, and talking about it's their. I can't tell you. I really should make a montage of all the videos I saw of Cowboys fans. You know what? We didn't do it last year, but let's do it this year. Let's say it's our year when you got worse. I know I've said that a lot, but I just don't understand how you think you get worse and suddenly you're now is the year. I don't understand that. So they do deserve to get shit for whatever they're doing, thinking they're the cockish. They do think they're cocky. They think they're the shit. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump to the Saints and show them some love. The Saints are on fire. Like, I did not see that coming a million miles away, dude. Like, everybody, PFF was calling them, what'd they say? The worst O-line in the league, possibly. Jesus Christ. What was it? Worst off as of August 31st, before this season started, the offensive line from PFF was ranked the worst in the league. Now after, and they don't even have Ryan Ramczyk, who's like an elite right tackle. He's gone. He's hurt, but he's going to come back. He's on PUP, I believe. He could come back. But they have Trevor Penning out there, who's not good. According to PFF, he has like a 62 grade, but the right guard, center, left guard, and right tackle are all 70 plus. They have a elite offensive line right now. Their offensive line is playing elite, and it shows in those grades. I believe, who is it? Eric McCoy, he plays center. Oh, shit. Or is it Cesar Ruiz? One of them plays guard and center. They switch, but they're normally centers. McCoy is first as a center. Cesar Ruiz, he is not rated like that, but he's like a 75, super high. And then there was, who do I have? Okay, so McCoy was first. Yeah, so McCoy was the only one I saw that was first in PFF grades. So technically he's the best center right now. So they have the best center on their team right now. The Saints do, as through 2 weeks. So they go from the worst offensive line to what looks like the best offensive line right now, even with Ramczyk gone. They have Trevor Penning, who's not doing very hot, but my God, what a start for the Saints. I mean, Alvin Kamara, I thought he was a lost cause at this point, 28 years old last year. Dennis Allen's your head coach. Everything was going wrong for that team. But they could come back. They straight up could come straight back to earth once teams figure out their scheme. Let's keep that in mind, people. Once they figure out the scheme, this could change. I've seen teams transform from 0-2 to like 7-2. Okay, so they could come right back to earth. But let's set that aside and give them some love. Alvin Kamara is on fire. Chris Olave, elite. They have an undrafted wide receiver from 2022, an undrafted wide receiver in Rashid Shaheed. That's such a fun name to say. Rashid Shaheed. That's fun. He's undrafted, playing great, second wide receiver. And then you got to give some love to Derek Carr. I mean, this dude got so much shit last year for all the hype around how, like, the Jets almost signed Aaron Rodgers, and the Jets said, I believe that a rumor came out where Derek Carr, you can win a Super Bowl with him. There was a lot of that, and they epically failed that first season. Well, guess what? It looks like they got it figured out, and if they can continue to do what they're doing, this team will probably be the best team in the league. And I hate to say that as a 49ers fan because we don't even look that good. We look a little rusty. Like, things are happening there on the offensive line. But the Saints right now, through 2 weeks, are the best team in the NFC, and that is insane. I can't believe I'm saying that. The Saints are the best team in the league right now. Best team in the NFC for sure. Still got to get to the Chiefs, man. I know they don't play good, but they won a Super Bowl recently. It's very hard to knock those Chiefs, man, even though that their team is not. Patrick Mahomes didn't have the best game last week. So I don't want to say Saints are the best team in the league because of that. I guess that – so however you feel, if you want to take away the Super Bowl and you want to take away knowing who Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid is, Saints are the best team in the league right now, for sure. They're dominating. Their defense is outstanding. I understand there's the Panthers. Then there's what you would call the washed Cowboys, I believe. Do I think the Saints are going to come back to earth? Let's see who they face that I think it might bring them back to earth. I didn't think the Cowboys could. I thought the Cowboys would, but I also thought the Cowboys don't make the playoffs. So to me, the Saints beat a team that was not a playoff team. So let me look at their schedule and see if there's a team that I think will beat them that's a playoff team. Eagles are struggling right now. They're struggling hard. They're everywhere. They got problems. Okay, especially on defense. The Eagles' defense is terrible. The Falcons, I don't know. What Falcons are we getting? Are we getting the week 1 Falcons or are we getting week 2 Falcons against the Eagles? It really matters. So I'm not going to check out that one. This one. If they beat the Chiefs, they're the real deal. If they lose to the Eagles and Saints and like destruct, like they don't do the same damage as they're doing in the other 2 previous games, then they're obviously coming back to earth. But if they are good and they could beat the Eagles and they could beat the Falcons, the team that I expect them to be, if they want to be the best team in the NFL, I guess at this point, and still be dominant, is to beat the Chiefs on October 7th. And that is a primetime game. Holy shit. Okay, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So, as of right now, on top of my head, I got the Eagles Saints W, and I got the Saints and Falcons W. And then the Chiefs versus Saints, I don't know. I want to figure out what I got through these 2 here before I make that prediction. But if the Saints can continue the run game they're doing, they'll walk through the Eagles. The Falcons may give them a hard time if the Falcons are the same play as the same team. No, because the Eagles had issues too. So I think they go 4-0. I got the Saints going 4-0. I could see them beating the Eagles. I could see them beating the Falcons. This is going to be their test right here. So That's how I feel about the Saints, guys. Their defense, we already know, is absolutely elite. Don't really need to talk about that. Cam Jordan is just constantly being a dominant player through all the years that he's played. He's been in the league for 10 plus years. Jesus Christ. And he's still as good as he is. We can only hope that Nick Bosa could be that kind of a player. And I hope so, because Cam Jordan's a stud. He's a leader of that defense. Demario Davis, Marshawn Lattimore. There's a few things happening with the Saints. They're a dominant team. They're a dominant team right now. Tyrann Mathieu he's old, but my God, is he dominating right now. So there's that. I keep forgetting to put up freaking site. I keep forgetting to put up the site, man. Gosh darn it. I'm trying not to curse, guys. So if you're wondering why you say gosh darn it, I'm just trying my best not to curse right now. All right. Let's go ahead. We're done with the NFL stuff. We talked about the Saints. We talked about Justin Tucker. Who is the fluke team to lose? Who's the most fluke losing team? Team that's not the 49ers. A lot of people would say the Ravens, I think, at this point, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm an entire believer of them. Eagles, Texans, Packers, Broncos, Bucks are doing good. Bears. Oh my, who comes out on top? It's not the I think the Cardinals are 1-1. I think they come out. I think they're better than what they are. So I guess it's been the Ravens, Cardinals. Yeah, I got the Ravens and Cardinals. Some people say the Bengals, but I think they're in shambles right now, especially with that Jamar Chase contract happening. So I got the Bengals in shambles right now. But I think the Cardinals and Ravens are the two teams that are Ravens are 0-2 and the Cardinals are 1-1. And I think the Cardinals can break that and start a winning record. And I think the Ravens are capable of that as well, because they do have an elite defense, regardless of what's happening to them. They do have an elite defense. The moment, and I mean the moment that the Ravens offense figures it out, they'll get it done, because I do know that Lamar is a regular season merchant. So I'm expecting Lamar at some point to pop out. I'm expecting to show up, and it could be against the Cowboys. Oh my God, I hope it's the Cowboys. Please be the Cowboys. Knock on wood. Something. So I got the Cowboys, Cardinals. To everyone who watches this later, let me know who you think is actually not as bad as they actually seem in this so far through 2 weeks. Let me know. How do you feel about Justin Tucker? How do you feel about the Saints? Do they deserve the credit they're getting right now? Let me know in the comment section. To everyone who watched this later, I appreciate y'all. And if you like the live video, I guess if you watch later. Sub if you like the content, of course. All right, so let's go ahead and jump to the 49er stuff, the good stuff. The good stuff. Arizona says Poppy. Papa J, not Poppy. Arizona, hey, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Let's go ahead and watch Brandon Ayuk spit hot fire into the mic. Let's do it. Spit some hot fire into the mic. All right, it's been shared. There we go. Let's go and do that.
I know that there takes a lot of things happen for a receiver to get the ball. How are you feeling about just your route running and what you did out there on Sunday?
I feel better. Another week, another step. So that was it.
You said last week you were afraid to watch the tape. Different feeling this week? Did you feel yourself taking steps forward?
No, I was happy. I was happy to watch the tape this week. Yeah.
What did you like?
I like just coming back alive in the running game. Just my feet a little bit better. Just having more fun.
What do you feel like the biggest problem?
I can imagine that first game he had was very awkward, and I'm glad that he's trying to get back to me. It sounds to me that Kyle didn't rail him hey man, you're getting better. It sounds to me because he doesn't look He doesn't look pissed. He doesn't look as ashamed as he was week 1. You could hear there's a little bit more confidence going on. I kind of like that. I think Kyle's actually kind of showing him some love, just based on the vibe that I'm getting already. Because you could tell. Because last week he was like, yeah, I don't want to. Now he's like, I like the clip that I watched myself last night. I'm starting to get my feet under myself, get my steps back. So he's feeling himself. This is a great sign. And you know what? Against the Rams, that might be his game, simply because they are decimated. And if there's a confidence game for Brandon Ayuk, it's going to be the Rams. So call this a prediction, but I think Brock Purdy is going to target Brandon Ayuk quite a bit in this game. I think he's probably going to get the most targets in this game just based on that one. There's just based on these few things I just heard. Because if he's just getting his feet under him and he loves the tape that he's getting, it sounds like he's excited for next week. We'll see as the interview keeps going, but just based on that vibe, I'm going to go ahead and say that.
Progress is being made from week 1 to week 2, and here you are week 3.
Just the feeling, just like the feeling. Just, hard to explain, but just the feeling of being out there again.
Did you underestimate how much of a progression this would be for you?
I wouldn't say underestimate, but no, I wouldn't say underestimate.
And you obviously always want to produce, but with you out, Christian out, do you feel anything more like, hey, I've got to be able to step up even further now in the situation?
I'm just looking to take another step. We got another day of practice today, so looking to get better again today, tomorrow and Friday, and then just let it go on Sunday, see what happens.
Does it put a little bit more on you and George with Debo and Christian out, because you guys are the guys who are the big producers that are out there on Sunday?
For sure.
How do you approach that?
Same as I always do. Like I said, get better today, get better tomorrow, and on Friday.
How was the Debo podcast experience?
It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. To be honest, be his first guest on his podcast, so that was pretty cool.
Think he's got a future in there?
We'll see. We'll see. I want some more questions from him. I want him to take it over a little bit more.
In retrospect, how did you see
He gave him criticism. That's funny.
Like I said, just the feeling of being on the football field, feeling of trying to motivate 10 other guys on the field, and the team on the other side as well. So just that part.
What's the key? I mean, you guys were 2 of 10 on 3rd downs and 1 of 3 on 4th downs. What's the key to converting those money downs? You guys have done it so well in past years. I know it's only a 2-game sample size, but what do you guys have to get back to?
Executing. 11 guys, the way that we play football. 11 guys. And everybody just focused on what they had to do on those specific downs, but every down, but 3rd and 4th especially, so that we can execute at a high level.
You've seen the Rams so much. You look over there and not see Aaron Donald. How weird will that be?
It's great.
Why have you guys been so?
Wait a minute. Do you guys know something weird about this video? Why? Tell me why, if you guys know this. Is there a dollar on the handle there? Why is there a dollar right here in one of the locker handles? What the fuck? I just want to point that out. I thought that was weird. That's weird.
Successful down there. I think you have a 5-game winning streak in LA. What's been the key to being so good down there?
5-game winning streak against LA. Let's go. Let's go.
Execution, playing our brand of football. Huge week, rivalry week.
Decimated right now.
We're excited. We know what to do. We know what we had to do, and it starts today.
Like live, y'all. Support your boy.
See all that red, and all the fans show up.
It's gonna be great. We love going to play down there. We love seeing all the red down there. A little home dome stadium, so we're excited.
When a team's 0-2 like they are, what kind of desperation do you expect them to come out with, and how do you counter that? Because they really have to get a win even.
I feel like they feel they're desperate. We feel like we are as well too. So it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna
He did not just say that. He did not just say that we feel desperate. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't think we're desperate. Maybe like we're desperate to get ourselves back under our feet, but hearing I don't know about that. I don't like that. I do not like that.
Be a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. So we'll see what happens when the game kicks off.
We've seen from the rookie Jacob Cowan. Is he ready for something?
This moment is in what?
If he has to step up.
Oh yeah, he'll be ready to go.
Who's ready to step up?
From the rookie Jacob Cowan. Is he ready for something?
This moment is in what?
If he has to step up.
Oh yeah, he'll be ready to go.
All right, he's talking about Jacob Cowan, saying he's ready to step up. He'll be ready to go. I like that. Had a good feel. Had a good sense to it. I like it. I like the vibe from Brandon Ayuk. It seems a lot more engaged, and he seems a lot more confident. Like even just standing there and the way he was answering his questions, you can tell he feels a lot more comfortable in the locker room. He's getting comfortable with himself, and if he's slowly building, and it sounds to me that he's actually doing that, and he's getting good advice on like, hey, you were actually doing this. I feel like if he wasn't, Kyle Shanahan would have ripped into him and be like, hey, dude, what the fuck's happening? And then we would have see it right now in Brandon Ayuk if that was the case. From what I could tell, I feel like he kind of passed on, letting us know that, hey, I got confirmation that I did good because I watched the tape. And who watches the tape with Brandon Ayuk? He watches it Kyle Shanahan. So if Brandon Ayuk's getting back to the blocking, he did make a good block last week. So he is getting back in there. He is making his steps. He did catch more balls last week. So he is slowly starting to get meshed back with the team. I'm excited for it. However, he needs the Rams. He's going to explode. I think he's going to get a lot of targets. It's up to him if he catches those balls, though, however, now that I think about it. It's up to him if he can catch those balls. I think when he said desperate, he's referring to more of a hunger kind of thing. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, I'm excited. If he's hungry and he wants to go out there and prove himself, and he's desperate to show himself and what he can do and what this team can do, and it's it's the team is relatively not playing very well at the start right now. There was some whole issues with week 1, week 2. There was obviously some big issues there, but then again, just like I said last live, the start of the offense has been this way. We've always started off like this. Where have this at? On third downs, we have the same on third downs pretty much from now and then today in the past 2 weeks. So the same team on third downs through 2 weeks, but then we got better and we became 4th in the league. So do I think that – so this slow start is part of the trend. This slow start happens. And what's funny thing is that you got all these players that need to get back up to speed like Trent Williams and Brandon Ayuk. Then you got a rookie like Jacob Cowan coming in. So there's some new variables that's not like last year. So we'll see how long this carries over. Let's see if we get back under our feet next week against the Rams. That is such a big game in the sense of getting back under your feet. Not like, okay, it's a big game if we lose, we're out of the Super Bowl or some shit. But they have nobody on their team right now. They have Matthew Stafford, and I don't even know who their first running back, their first wide receiver is. Is it Tutu Atwell? I think it's Tutu Atwell is their best wide receiver right now. Rams wide receivers. I think it's Tutu Atwell. Puka Nacua, DeMarcus. So they got DeMarcus Robinson and Tutu Atwell, Tyler Johnson, and Jordan Whittington. Tyler Johnson has made some plays. I have seen that. Tutu Atwell is really fast. And DeMarcus Robinson, I am not afraid of whatsoever. So they're decimated. This team needs to be able to stop this squad for sure. This is a confidence booster game. This is a game to get yourself back on your feet. This is a game to straight up get back to whatever Trent Williams was. He needs to get back to bullying Jared Verse. That's what he needs to do, the rookie for the Rams. This is a get-back game for him. Same thing with Brandon Ayuk. He's going to go up against not even the number one corner for the Rams because he's out for the rest of the year with the torn ACL, I believe, or Achilles, one of the two. So expect – I don't want to make a prediction just yet, but I'll definitely tell you that I'm confident in the 49ers coming into the Rams just because of their situation. And if the 49ers lose that game, it's going to say a lot about the team itself based on the depth of what the Rams are right now. Like, I mean, Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford would have to have the game of their lifetime, I think. And the defense, our defense would have to play as bad, if not worse, than they have in the past 2 weeks. That's what would have to happen. So I'm confident in that game. That's the get-right game. Let's do it. And I'll be right back. I got to let my cat in before she keeps scratching at the door. I'm back. All right. So that's how I feel about 49ers playing Rams. It's good to hear that Kylie's Brandon Ayuk is ready. He's ready to rock. It seems like he's ready to rock. It seems like he's ready to take the next step. And that's something I love to hear. All right. Let's listen to Kyle Shanahan's press conference. And after the press conference, we'll talk about Hufanga a little bit, and then we'll get out of here. We'll get out of here after that. Yeah, get out of here. Well, get out of here. Okay. Kyle Shanahan, Mad Dog, and somebody from the front row for sure. Look at that shit. He's got like this anger, like, I don't like you. Whoever he's staring at right now, you could tell he does not like that person. All right, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and get to it. All right, let's do it. Probably Grant. I didn't want to say it, dude. I didn't want to say it.
Stepping in the middle of the year, and it got him a lot better.
What has that done for the defense as far as the adjustments that had to be made where you're losing?
It sounds like Matt Burrows.
Last year, he had to step in the middle of the year.
Sounds like Matt Burrows.
It got him a lot better.
Not Matt Burrows, Matt Miyoko. I have to mix up
out there. The big play capability, how well he communicates, flying sideline to sideline. We're going to be pumped. He should get back this week if everything goes right, and we've missed him.
Yeah, I missed him. The San Francisco 49ers without Hufanga. Oh my God, that's so rude. He should return versus the Rams. Obviously, that's what he says he expects to if he stays healthy and he does his thing and he doesn't become a problem. So that's exciting to hear. Without Hufanga, the 49ers are 21.8 points per game allowed. Okay. With Hufanga, it's a whole touchdown 0.1, 15.7 per game, points per game allowed with Hufanga on the field. So, and I understand it's a new defensive coordinator, so that may change, but regardless, it sounds to me the team meshes really well with Hufanga, whether we like it or not. So, it's glad to see that we get him back. Hopefully, he's the same player. He's not as slow. He was already slow, so hopefully that's not the issue. In 2022, he had 68.8 overall PFF grade, and then the year before he had 70.5 before tearing his ACL. So he was doing damn good, and he's an former All-Pro. His coverage grade is his weakness, but that's no surprise. We already knew that. His run-stopping ability and ability to get to the quarterback, cover tight ends and stuff. You know, I guess coverage kind of affects that. There was another one. Was it pass coverage, like when he's in zone, but I think when he actually has to cover a guy, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Defense. What was it? That's our defense later, towards ACL November. He was a full participant in practice. So if he brings that much to the table, especially with George Odom being just really a special teamer, I trust Hufanga out there way more than Odom. So it's good to have him back. Hopefully he's the same player. Hopefully he has at least the same speed he has. I don't expect him to be faster whatsoever. But
is it kind of a thing where you don't want the quarterback to feel he has to try to do too much?
I'll let the video finish. We'll talk more.
Yeah, we never asked Brock to really do too much. We asked him to do the play that's called. If nothing's there, what are your options after that? You scramble, you throw things away. Sometimes you take a sack. Things you always try to do is not turn it over, but nothing really changes when you're missing guys. It's game plan can sometimes change, but not what you ask the quarterback to do.
Those carry on Sunday, it seemed like if he had waited and a little longer, something would have opened up. Is that the right read by me on that? And B, is that, if it is it common for young running backs in your system not to have the patience initially to let plays develop?
I mean, I think it's common in all systems. I mean, JP had one like that in the game too. With the remote in our hands, we all slow it down and see that, and but I don't think there was a big one there. If he would have kept pressing, I think he would have got 1 to 3 yards and tackled and cut back a little early. So he got 3 guys who hit him for -1 yard, but there's a very fine line in that. It wasn't like that was going to be a big play or anything. The nose had us a little bit. The backers fell back with them not pressing it, but I was hoping for 1 yard on the look. We lost one, so.
You have a lot fewer plays at your disposal without Debo and McCaffrey, or you just have the same amount of plays with running them with different guys?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, we still have the same amount of plays, just somewhat different styles of plays, different people in different spots. You eliminate some special things that you would only do for those guys, but the number doesn't change. Just there's things those guys do very well, nothing the other guys can't do. But there's kind of different percentages on how much you call them and things like that.
It seems like you're calling play action passes less frequently than you have in the past. Is there something defenses are showing you that leads you to call more drop back passes?
Just schematic reasons, who we were going against, what's good versus teams. Sometimes, play action doesn't do much for 6 on the line, doesn't do much for a lot of blitzes, things like that. So that had a little factor to do with the last week, and say the week before, running it 38 times limits everything a little bit.
What do you think of Renardo Green and Malik Mustafa? They're still young players. Do you see them getting some more run in the weeks ahead here?
Possibly. I mean, they got to be ready always in case of an injury. I mean, I could say they don't have any plans to play and or to go in, and then one play happens and they're in the rest of the game. It was nice to mix.
So they're not starting
last week. I thought he did well.
Doesn't sound like there is a plan for Green to play.
And he did well with his reps too.
Like,
so,
he might play, but like a player is tired, but he's not going to be starting.
Whatever that is this week, we
can
keep
sounds
like
like
that. But if not, they're always one play away from playing the rest of the game.
How many fewer complications are there game planning against a Rams defense that doesn't have Aaron Donald?
It's definitely a little different. I mean, that's been 99% of our brain power for a number of years, and it's kind of weird just not thinking that way. But schematically, I know Raheem's not there and stuff, but they're still running the same fronts and same coverages and things. And but it's different.
Any roster moves this week?
Not right now.
What is your assessment of the Rams, Kyle? They come into this game, you would think, pretty desperate.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that you lose like they did, I mean, and being 0-2, I mean, I know that feeling. And in the NFL, whether you lose 2 in a row after winning 10 in a row, or you start 0-2, if you lose 2 in a row in the NFL, it's always a kind of an Armageddon feeling in a building, especially when you lose lopsided like that. So
I like that.
You know how teams come out the week after that. It's such a fine line in those things. I mean, we were a couple of plays away from the game going like that in Minnesota. So it can happen so fast. And all you got to do is watch the Detroit game the week before to see how good of a team this team can be. I mean, they've taken it to overtime in the 5th quarter to get a chance to win, and how they had to come back to do that there at the end. So last week got out of hand a little bit early, especially the 4 plays they had on offense and just not getting started quick. But by no means was that an indication of what this team's going to be going through the rest of the year.
Schematically, is the Rams offense compared to the Vikings offense you just said?
It's similar. I mean, it all comes from the same foundation.
The muff punt give you pause about Jacob Cowing back there?
It's similar. It all comes from the same foundation. I absolutely love that, because you know who the foundation is? Kyle Shanahan. I love that.
No, I mean, it's one muff punt. I mean, just when it comes to catching stuff, he's been as natural of a catcher as we've had in our 8 years here, just in practice, how he's been in the games. I know that one got away from him, which we can't have those, but, everyone muffs one here and there, and you just hope that was the end of it.
Achilles involvement in Debo's injury?
Knock on wood.
No.
When you would watch the punt block there, what was
We were laid off the ball on the right side, which made one guy a little bit behind, and then the guy outside of him was a little bit too wide. He could have been a little tighter to save him. We had a snap count that tried to surprise them and surprise one of our guys who was just he missed half a second on the road and stuff, and that guy split us and should have kept it tighter on the outside, but we gave him too quick of a lane.
Mitch was a little slow, it seemed like, to react to the ball being front. Was it just like he was surprised, or did you get a sense?
No, we just did a silent cadence, and he just one guy just hesitated. It'd probably be hard for you guys to see. I mean, it's that slow, but when you do that, a guy gets an edge, and then if this guy outside him is kicking out too far, just like in protection, he's got a clean path. We just got to tighten it up and come off the ball at the same time.
Mm.
Into the Debo Samuel show on Bleacher Report with Brandon Ayuk last night?
No, I didn't. I turn into that I do that every day. So that's my 20-minute break.
I really like that answer. That's such a good answer. Kyle, did you watch Debo's show on the Bleacher Report? Is a new show on Bleacher Report? No, I watch that show every day. I've already been watching that show every day when I see him.
Last.
That's funny. That's a good one.
The atmosphere for this game. You talk about losing 2 in a row. Obviously, you guys don't want to do that. The Rams don't want to drop a third. You talk about Levi South. How important is that specifically in a game like this?
Levi South.
I mean, you always want to give teams no light. I mean, when teams are back or against the wall, which both teams in that situation, both teams want to come out aggressive and hard and give neither side of the ball any light. When you do have a situation like we do when we go there and how we have so many fans show up, that's only cool if you play real well. If you play real well and can kind of control the game, then it gets real fun. If not, then it's twice as disappointing.
Twice as disappointing, yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
110% agree. That would be twice disappointing if we lose to the Rams, especially if we get dominated. I think the 49ers have a lot to lose in this game against the Rams. They truly do. If you get beat by this team, it's going to hurt. I understand that it's just the early of this season and stuff like that, but if you lose against the Rams with all their decimation, and apparently it's forecasted like some sort of weather. It's forecasted that have 60% 49er fans. I actually expected that to be higher, but so far it's 60%, which is more than 50, which is, still bad for Levi's South, in the terms of for the Rams. So, I mean, the 49ers have a lot to lose, okay, I think, in this game. I think if they lose this game, doubt will creep in. I think that game was when doubt will creep in. You lose to Sam Darnold. Yeah, you had the old curse thing happening, but then you lose to the broken down Rams. I mean, can you get out of it? Of course, it's still beginning of the season, but it's not good. There's nothing good to come out of losing from the Rams. No tape, no nothing. You lose to them, it is a shot in the heart, and you're to blame. You give love. I got distracted. Yeah, but you know what I mean? I think the Rams, we got to beat them. And the 49ers have a lot to lose. Be sure to like the live, guys. So whoever watching this, support your boy. I appreciate y'all. I love doing this. I go live every single day. So if you're new here, please sub and make some comments, and check out the content. So try to have good vibes here, man. It's good vibes here and stuff like that. I know I just got all doom and gloom by saying, oh my God, if we lose this game. But the reality is for the 49ers, I'm not sweating. I'm not freaking out right now because we haven't lost to the Rams. Losing to the Vikings, I felt that feeling already last year. You know what I mean? And we came out of it and won a Super Bowl, and it kind of had that same vibe where the 49ers just weren't. It was almost the same exact vibe from last year versus the Vikings, and we still went to the Super Bowl, so I'm not concerned. But if we lose to this team, no doubt. What Papa Jay is saying is no excuse to lose to the Rams. Without a doubt, he's not lying. Spitting hot fire there, man. especially if the Cardinals destroyed the Rams the way they did. Like if, let's say that Kyle Shanahan doesn't know how to stop the Rams, then he better go look at some Cardinals tape. That's what he needs to do. Because our team is better than the Cardinals too. So it would be such a bad look. It would be such a bad look. Milwaukee, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. All right, so before we get out of here, I got how much time though? We got 10 minutes. Let me just go ahead and bring this up about the defense. These stats are from 49ers Chat Sports. I got it from that show. So all this information comes from them. So shout out to them for this information. If you guys like, sometimes he gives good stats. I like his stats that he brings. Sometimes he gives good information. He does give breaking news. They go live every single day. And if you guys like that, they have like 100,000 cases of stress. So I don't even need to be saying this, but got to give credit when credit's due. Got to give credit when credit's due. And yeah, so go check them out if you like 49ers. All right, so the defense, Wolfie, don't quit. But I'm not going to quit, brother. Don't worry. This is something I love to do. I'm passionate about this. I'm going all in on this. Trust me, I'm going all in on this. Defense. All right, so 21 points per game. Our defense is 15th in the league. 20th in yards per game allowed. So 334 yards on average through 2 games. That's not good, especially against Sam Darnold, dude. Oh my God. Then 6.5 yards per play. Oh my God. 6.5 yards per play. Y'all, that is insane. You don't understand how bad that is. That is 30th in the league. Whoa, dude. All right, and then we also know about the third down conversion rate that we talked about yesterday in my live as well. 59% on third down, which is 31st in the league. Oh, that means so bad. It's so bad, dude. And then there's the red zone. Our red zone is 24th. And that we already know of. We're aware that we have some red zone issues as well. So this kind of reflects that all entirely. So our defense needs to figure it out. And I do believe that D'Amico Ryans also had a very slow start when he started. So I think we need to, if there's any criticism going towards Nick Sorensen, give him some time. If this becomes a trend throughout the year, then I totally understand where everyone's coming from, freaking out, like, who the hell is this guy? What are you doing? Is it Brandon Staley tainting this mind? We don't know. But let's give this guy a few games. If he lets the Rams dominate us, then yeah, let's give him some criticism if that happens. But I just don't see that happening. I really don't. I just don't see that happening. Pop J, what's your take on Kyler being a better QB than Purdy? Yeah, that's not happening. I love Cards coach Gannon, most underrated. Yeah, I like Coach. I think he's a good coach. I think he'll be a good coach. There's no comparison. Milwaukee Purdy's a top dog. He's Purdog. He's Purdog. He's dope, man. I like him. I like him. He's a good quarterback. He's a good guy too, man. Like a lot of people want to bag on the way he dresses and things like that. He's genuinely a good dude from what I've seen. Like he seems like he loves his teammates, always shows love for his teammates. He never throws anyone under the bus. He's genuinely a good dude. And I feel like if anyone hates on him for anything personal, back up. All right, go hate on someone who's being a douchebag. Okay, go hate on Aaron Rodgers. Okay, that guy's a douchebag. Stop hating on quarterbacks that are like Jalen Hurts, good guy. Don't hate on him as a personal person. Great dude. And I know that it may not be as advertised, but there are some people out there that actually don't like Brock Purdy for who he is. It's only because they never saw an interview with him. Ever. Biggest player, I don't know that. Saying is that bag, he'll get cocky. I don't know, man. He's already getting the bag with these ads right now. The dude's got 20 ads going. One about corn, Applebee's, fucking, what else? I don't know. He's got a ton of commercials. Toyota, a couple small businesses. He's making money right now. He's making bank. He's making bank. Yeah, he's American, except for the backwards hat part. We can't have that. The backwards hat part, I guess he's got a point. You know, like maybe that's what people are holding against him. The fact that he's got a backwards hat, so he's got screams troublemaker. Like seriously, wouldn't Colin Cowherd like get bullied by a bunch of dudes with backwards hats? It makes no sense. Like, is he traumatized by? Did he get? You see my backwards hat, motherfucker? Like, what happened? I know, dude. He would not approve of my show. Colin Cowherd not approve of my show from the start, man. You will never go anywhere. That's exactly what he would say. He'd be like, "You're a bust." So he's just that guy. On top of that, he didn't tuck in his shirt. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I know. Like, that's crazy to me, dude. It doesn't matter what you dress like, man. And what are you doing on the field? It's not. I don't think that when I meet somebody with the backwards hat, they're like, okay, yeah, there's that joke that people make, like, oh, Jim Dude, douchebag, whatever, kind of like Chad, I should say. But nobody's actually going backwards hat guy piece of shit. No one's actually truly taking the judgment of a backwards hat and being like, what a demon of a person. It doesn't make any sense, dude. I don't know. It blew my mind when he said that. Tom Brady had a backwards hat. Like, I had made a video on it. There's so many. Yeah, I don't mean to go down the rabbit hole of the backwards hat thing. It's just mind-blowing that he thought of that as a talking point to defend himself. Like, tell me you can't find anything to hate on Brock Purdy for, dude. Not one thing. He dressed like him. No, dude. No, dude. No, okay. This isn't going to be a Cam Newton hate thing, but I cannot stand his hat thing with his hair coming out. It looks like a plant. I don't like it. Good guy, though. I mean, for the most part, he seems like he does a lot of philanthropy. He goes out there, and I know I talk shit about him sometimes, but him as Cam Newton as a person, I don't think he's ever done anything evil or bad like some of those quarterbacks out there like Deshaun Watson or Antonio Brown or anything like that. But his outfits, Cam Newton's outfits are wild. Absolutely wild. So, oh my God. It's Jay, World's Strongest Project. Bro, what up, man? How's your day, man? About to get out of here in a few minutes, actually. Got to make some dinner. It's getting a little late, but good to see you, Jay. How are you, man? How's your day? Is it a good hump day? Good Wednesday? It is Wednesday, right? Yeah, okay. I'm sure. I almost lost track of time. Any final thoughts that I want to say here? It was a day. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I hope it gets better, brother. I hope it gets better. That sucks. I'll give you a smile. And I hope I made you laugh a little bit. Hopefully that makes your day just a little bit better. Now I got you, man. I got you. I know those days, man, where like everything is just going wrong and shit. Like, tell me about it, brother. Just hang in there, man. Hang in there. All right, cool. That's what I like to hear. All right. Like and subscribe. What's up, Proper 49er? Welcome, buddy. How are you? Welcome to the stream, man. I'm about to dip out here soon in about less than a minute. But it's good to see you guys. I'm glad you guys joined, man. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are OGs. It's dope. I appreciate you guys. 49ers, little 49ers, tiny heart. You know, you guys know it. So yeah, we talked about Hufanga. He's coming back. Big deal. Hopefully he's the same player. I'm not trying to be negative here, but if he's the same player, I'd be shocked in the sense of his speed. But it's possible. It's possible. Hopefully he's the same player. Hope so. But okay. I'm not going to say that negative shit. I'm going to swipe away that negative shit. I'm going to have faith that he's the same player. He's the same player. I'm going to sweep that negative shit away. Get the fuck away, negative stuff. There we go. All right. He's going to be the same player. I'm super excited about it because without him, it's a whole touchdown and points difference. And that is a big deal. 21 points on average allowed without Hufanga, 15 with him. We need him back. Hopefully he's the same player. And he meshes well with Jair Brown like he was continuing like last year. Well, Jair Brown came in for Hufanga, right? So I don't think he's actually played with Jair Brown. That could be interesting because safeties need to have a connection. They need to have that connection. Like, okay, they need to be like, okay, you come back here while I go down. So it matters. So hopefully Hufanga can play really well with Jair Brown. I think he can. Hufanga is all over the locker room. I see him all over the place. He gives people that, no disrespect, I don't know the necklace thing he gives off. He shows a lot of love. He's a great guy. I love a lot of people on this team. I'm not trying to say that because of our team, but there's a lot of guys on our team that show a lot of love to other teammates. And Hufanga is one of them. He's a leader, great guy. And I think that he would mesh really well with Jair Brown. So nothing to say about that. What else? Thank you for the hearts, guys. I see that heart. I got the chat right here. So I saw those hearts. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Shells Island love. Shells Island. There you go. There you go. Yep. He's a good dude, man. I hope he kicks ass. And this is the game to do that. I mean, it's against the Rams. They're decimated. Like I keep saying 1,000 times, but this is the game to get back. And it's glad that he's a full participant. It's glad they can go out there and hopefully he can dominate. And if he doesn't look that great, again, this is the game for him to not necessarily look great, but try to get back on his feet. If you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying he's excused if he plays bad, but there's like some leeway he's got. There's like some leeway. Let's be real. It's been since November that he's played, even if he is practicing full participant. What else? We watched Kyle Shanahan talk. It was nothing really new, just really about Hufanga, a couple jokes he made. Like this, he understands that there's an Armageddon. He literally said this, that losing like games early on can feel like Armageddon, which he's not wrong. There's a lot of teams right now freaking the fuck out being 1-1. The Eagles right now, if you've seen the Eagles, if you've seen the Eagles fans like I do, because I follow a lot of creators and a lot of different team creators. Some of them are Eagles. They are straight up hating so hard on their team. They are like, our season's over. And it's like, dude, it is week 2. And they're already throwing their coach. I don't want to jump too much into it, but the Eagles fans are in shambles over this Falcons loss. I shit you not. It is insane. Like, relax, people. It's week 2. Breathe. You didn't exactly lose. Like the Falcons, yeah, they had a tough start, but they were also predicted to have somewhat of a good team with Kirk Cousins. So maybe the Falcons just figured themselves out. All right. So that's the whole point of waiting on later on the season. You can't figure out what a team is through 2 weeks. So yes, it may feel like Armageddon early on, but I've seen teams go 0-3, come back and play good. I've seen teams 0-4. Yeah, it's like, I think I've seen like twice, but what I'm trying to say is it's not the end of the world when it's beginning of the season. It can come back to bite you in the ass later on, but you can overcome that when you see it happening in the future. So if it's like, if you were fighting for a playoff spot and you're 12 games in, you know what you got to do to win. Right now, you don't know what you got to do to win that playoff spot. So it kind of feels like you're okay. We're slowly slipping away from the race. Relax. We got this. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. Appreciate the love. I talked about the Saints, gave them some credit and love. They're dominating right now. Their best wide receiver is Rashid. Their second best wide receiver is Rashid Shaheed, who's a drafted free agent. Got to give him some love. Offensive line's doing stud. So Saints, good shit. Justin Tucker, sorry, man, you're washed. I'm going to say it. He could redeem himself later on, but kickers don't tend to do that. Usually they show themselves what they are. So, and Justin Tucker, again, just know that I do love that kicker. I think he's awesome. He's giving me a lot of memories. He's giving me bad memories, okay? But he's still a legend, and he deserves some respect. But however, it seems like he's falling out of that top 5. If arguably he could be like, because there's Boswell. I think Boswell's better than him right now. Aubrey's better than him. Harrison Butker might be better than him. There's a few other kickers I thought of that I can't think of. But yeah, he's no longer a top dog right now. And that is kind of sad to see a little bit. All right, that is absolutely everything. Oh, one more thing. Who is the most fluke losing team in the NFL? Who's the most fluke losing team? I'm going to say, and this is, I want me a losing team 1-1, okay, or 0-2. That is the Cardinals. The Cardinals gave the Bills, who are 2-0, a really good fight. They absolutely destroyed. I mean, they destroyed the Rams. So if they can continue to do what they're doing, they're going to recover from this. They're going to be just fine. They're scoring points. They're filling themselves. They got momentum. I think the Cardinals come out of this. Moody respect, post Super Bowl, more respect. Yes, he has the biggest. That is a good one. Appreciate that. He looks like a stud too. He looks like, because I don't think you were here for this, but during the preseason and training camp, he wasn't looking too great. He was missing kicks, practice, preseason, all that. But these past 2 games, he's been clutch. He's been making the kicks he's been needing to make. And it kind of comes back to the Vikings game where we should have kicked the field goal instead of going for it. But whatever, I digress. Jake Moody is a good shout out. I sad that I didn't think about that. He's doing wonders. The only thing that people are holding him against him is the 3rd round draft pick. If you take that aside, he's doing really well. He is a top 5 kicker right now. So proper 49er, good shit with the love, bro. Good shout out. Good shout out. All right, guys. Good to hear you, Prophet 49er. You're an awesome dude, man. Good to see you. Jay, sorry about your day. Hope it's better. I truly do. Papa J, OG. Good to see you, brother. Milwaukee, dope as fuck. Good to see you, man. Who else came up in here? No, that was everybody. All right, guys. To everybody. I mean, everybody who. Oh, what is it? See you, bro. You have a great day. Hey, you too, brother. You too, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Truly. I love the compliments. I love the support. You're awesome. Sub if you like the content. You like the video, of course. All love, family, and I will see you next video. I will see you next video.